I'm going to be going through our last unit of instruction, which is intervals, whole steps, and half steps. I'm going to be explaining this to you a little bit more in detail, more than just the tutorial I give you, because it is a little bit more of a confusing concept. So let's look at the first tutorial for whole steps and half steps that I gave you. So major scales have the following sequence of whole and half steps. You can look at all of this on your own. I think this is pretty self-explanatory when you look at this and read through it yourself. And same with the other things. I'm just going to go through and help you with the assignments to show you how to do this correctly. So you all know that these are times, so make sure you start these when you're ready. So basically all you have to do is decide whether or not they are a major second, a minor second, or a diminished second. So a major second would have two half steps in between the interval. So D to E, it looks like it's only one, so it looks like it might be minor second, but it's actually a major second because D to D sharp or E flat to E, that's two half step intervals. So you got to make sure you think about it that way. Think about like a piano or something, or the scales that we went through. So C to D, you got C to C sharp to D, so that's two half steps, so it's going to be a major second. You got F to G, F to F sharp to G, you're going to need that major second again. G to A, major second. Let's see if we can get anything else. C to D, major second. Guess I'm not really going to be getting any major or minor seconds here, but nope. Okay. Well, I'll just tell you, if you get a minor second, it's just going to have one half step. So a good example of that would be E to F, because there's no, think of a piano, there's no in between black keys, in between those notes. So that's a half step right there. So that's all you really got to do for this assignment. You have 15 minutes to complete 10 questions, so I don't think this should be an issue. Let me look at the other one to make sure we got that. This is intervals part 2. Okay, so, I skipped intervals part 1, but it all goes together. So this one's a little more difficult, and we have bass clef and treble clef we got to worry about. So you need to know your notes, which we did in the other units. So we got an A to B here, and that's pretty easy. That's what we were just doing. So that would be a major second. There's two half steps in between it, right? All right, so here we're getting a little harder. We got E to E. Okay, well, maybe that's not that hard. That's an eighth, an octave. So this shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so C to B, it's either a major seventh or a minor seventh. And the way we know this is if we take C down to B flat, that would be a minor second. So if you do C up to B, that's going to be a major seventh because you invert the intervals. We talked about this in class. So just think about the rules we went over in class and the rules that are on the tutorials, and you should be able to do this no problem. All right, that's it for me, guys.